Hello everyone, back again, and this one is the part 2 of the 3 true creepy clown stories / encounters that Mr. Nightmare has done. The link to the original video will be in the description box down below if you want to head over to Mr. Nightmare's channel and watch the original video without seeing my ugly mug. So let's get to the reaction.
A lot of you guys wanted a part 2 to the clown stories, so I figured with all the clown stuff still going on, this would be the best time to do one more of these.
I just wonder what the fuck would he want to smash that pumpkin for?
3 days ago, I had an encounter with one of those crazy clowns that everyone's hearing about lately. Most people are running into them on the road in the safety of their cars. I, however, had a much more disturbing encounter. I live in Massachusetts. My property is enclosed by trees with a long, winding driveway leading to the road. During the day, I was cutting down a drooping branch from a tree above the entrance to my property. That's when I first saw him. A clown. Or a guy dressed as a clown, I should say,
that's
walking
probably
down the side of the road and stopping very...
Yeah, that's probably not the best place to live at when he doing a whole killer clown thing.
slowly right at the center of the start of my driveway. He very gradually turned his head to face me, body still facing the road. I had to give him credit. His clown costume was terrifying. The mask looked horror movie status. I chuckled to myself and smiled in his direction. Judging by everyone else's experiences, I was expecting him to start love charging me, but he didn't. He just turned his head back to the road and kept walking.
Want to be in a forest.
I would have said something, but I guess...
Strange enough, there is actually one or two areas of woods near here and where I'm currently living at, and yeah, I kind of got put off going there during September October time because like back in 2016 because of this. This is why. Because of the whole killer clown, aka creepy clown, craze thing that went on at that time. Yeah.
Guess I just didn't care enough. That night I did my usual locking up of the shed outside and shutting off all the lights. When I got inside to start...
Did you have a baseball bat with you? Because you're going to need that.
Something coming from outside. I opened the kitchen window a little more, but all I could hear was the wind and leaves blowing. I shut the window completely now and resumed making the food. I almost had a heart attack when there was a heavy, aggressive knocking coming from that same window I just shut.
Oh God, no.
My whole body immediately went into panic mode. I felt every body part shaking, and my
Do you have a baseball bat?
as much than usual.
You're gonna need it. Literally.
I took the knife I had sitting on the counter and brought
the
knife to look out the window.
knife.
But it was literally too dark.
That's probably just as good, if not better.
Once again, I struggled to sum up the courage.
I don't usually condone violence, but I suggest you only use something like that in self-defense. Don't try to kill anyone with it, okay?
To do something I felt needed to be done, which was this time to turn on the patio light and go outside.
No, don't go outside. No.
So I walked over to the back sliding glass door.
You're gonna get an ass whooping.
Put my finger under the light switch, afraid to flick it, waiting for a good 5 seconds, and finally did it. The horror I was afraid to experience out there came prematurely, before I could even step outside. The patio light exposed the same clown from earlier, standing right outside the sliding glass door.
Oh hell no! I'll turn off the light, lock the door, and head to the fucking left room, pick up the house phone, and call the freaking police. I'll call the popo because I'll probably need the help. Fuck the clown. He can go. He can get the fuck out.
Like a dog,
he can get the fuck away.
Behind the ugly mask. I could have and probably should have opened the door there and then and stabbed the guy, or at least threatened him. But it's so easy to think back and say I should have done that.
Yeah,
so
apparently.
I simply ran upstairs to the telephone where I called the police.
Smart move. Get the police.
Banging on the heavy glass door downstairs all the way up from my bedroom. And it got worse, as the clown started pounding with both hands repeatedly as opposed to the slow and steady knocking he was giving before. It got the worst when the clown started screaming like a psychotic asylum patient over the sounds of the
Oh,
pounding
hell
on
no.
the door. I felt like I was going to die. Literally every minute that went by that the cops hadn't arrived yet felt like 5 minutes. The screaming and banging finally came to a stop when I heard a familiar voice outside yelling, "What the hell are you doing?" and "Get the fuck out of here." I looked out the window to see Marv, my neighbor, walking over with a rifle in his hand.
Yep, good.
When I went outside
Yeah.
to greet and thank him, he told me the clown ran.
Whoever your neighbor is, thumbs up to you, dude. Thumbs up to you, whoever. The thumbs up to the neighbor, because he's got guts to go out there.
Ran off into the woods. The cops arrived briefly after that and took down my description, did a quick 5-minute sweep of the property, and left. Marv let me crash at his place for the night just in case. We don't play with
Yeah,
shit when it
thumbs
comes
up to
to
you,
our
Marv.
well-being and safety.
You deserve credit for
So,
that,
yeah,
because
at the
you
time
got
I'm
guts to
sharing
go and do
this,
that.
That was only 3 days ago, in the midst of all this cool.
I don't think I would actually go out there.
There was this Instagram account made, and it was supposedly made by clowns who threatened to come to my school. Of course, it was taken seriously, and
Would I need to blur out the Milford House? Would I need to blur out the name of the school? Do I need to do that?
police were
I don't know.
called. Even the
I
SWAT
might have
team
to edit
arrived
out
to my
the
school.
name
time
of the
the
school.
clowns said they would come was around 11 a.m. So by the time 11 o'clock came around, everyone was freaking out. I, on the other hand, along with a couple other friends, knew it was probably fake and wasn't going to happen. I even heard a story where someone saw a clown at the local pool and chased a peer of mine around. I didn't believe it though. But anyways, at around 11...
Seriously? Have you not heard all the clown signs at the time? That you're gonna get an ass whooping.
15, I heard the panicked voice of my vice principal come over the loudspeaker and say, "We are now going into lockdown. Please shut the doors and lock the windows." I started to get a little freaked out, but kept my cool. We all huddled in the corner of the room out of sight from the door. The normal procedure. We had to stay there for an hour and a half, just waiting in silence. The vice principal's voice eventually came back onto the intercom, and he said we were free to go home since it was the end of the day. To say the least, I was relieved. I gathered my things and started walking home. My house was about a mile away from the school, so the walk was about 20 minutes. I jammed my earbuds in about a minute into the walk.
What?
I had to
No,
walk
no.
past a couple strips of forest.
Probably not a good idea to do that.
It kind of freaked me out, but I didn't really let it bother me too much. About 5 minutes into my walk, I was passing the forest when I saw someone wearing very bright colors.
No.
I looked away, telling myself it's just in my head. But I looked back and
sure?
saw it again. It was wearing white and yellow polka-dotted baggy pants, except...
Yeah, you sure that was just your imagination? Huh? Because I bet that's probably the clown. Or at least one of the clowns that said they were gonna do that shit.
its entire outfit was ripped and dirty. It was wearing a yellow button-up top kind of thing. That was all ripped and dirty as well. It had a mask on with red hair puffing out of it. Its head was tilted, and it was just standing, staring at me. It started to laugh hysterically, and then started running towards me. I screamed and dropped my bag and ran...
No, fuck that. Nope. You wanna know what I'll do? I'll fucking hightail it back to the school, go to the police officer and tell him that there's a freaking clown there, trying to scare the nuts of me. Or something like that.
And back to the school to find a police officer there. I told him what happened. He cursed under his breath. Him and a bunch of other...
Yeah, I'm not surprised he cursed under his breath.
...to go drive over there. Truthfully, I'm not sure if the clown got caught or not, but I would sure like to hope that he did. Rumors went around school that a clown did actually walk up to the front door of the school, threatening to come in. I didn't see it, so I don't know for sure, but it's possible that this was the same clown. The police went on a manhunt for him around the area I told them about, but the clown was likely...
You know, if Mr. Nightmare has got a really good knack at telling these creepy ass stories. He is legit good at this. Why is he that good at this? Honest to God, he probably needs to get like his own TV show or some shit like that because of how freaking good he is at these that creepy ass narrations. I do apologise for my language and all the times I'm posting it, but honest to God, you gotta admit, Mr. Nightmare is good at these creepy stories. He's good at narrating them. He's got the right knack for it and the right voice for it.
Gone and
That's
hiding
not
in
even
the
a joke.
woods. That means this clown remains free to scare and terrorize more people, along with the rest.
What's the third story? Better be any fucking jump scares, guys.
Friday night, October 7th, 2016. It's like 1 in the morning. I'm walking home from my friend's house a little buzzed. He lives almost a mile away.
Oh, this is gonna have a
I
jump
stop
scare,
at
isn't
the
it?
T intersection of 2 roads and the trail
There's
that
gonna be a
leads into
freaking
the
jump
woods.
scare for this one.
There's no lights in there, but it's a definite shortcut that I always take during the day. Admittedly, I was wary of going in there simply because I found it creepy at night. I figured I'd save
Gee, I
a good
wonder
10
why.
minutes cutting through there instead of walking down the curvy roads, so I went for it. Using nothing but the light on my phone, I began to navigate the woods. The only reason going through the woods was quicker was because the roads in my neighborhood wind around a lot, and you can't really just find a straight road to cut through in my house's direction. Around 50 yards into the woods, I heard noises coming from up ahead.
Oh
It
god,
sounded
no.
like more people. Normally I wouldn't find this too weird. It was a Friday night though, and sometimes kids would go into the woods to smoke after all. But still, with the thought of all this clowns...
Don't do drugs, people. Just don't do drugs. Yeah, if you really wanna, if you really get the urge to do that, just go and eat. Just buy a bag of Maltesers or Starburst or some other sweets like that. Buy some sweets to eat, just to satisfy that craving, okay? Or something like that. I don't know.
Stuff going on, especially in my area. I feared for the worst. I covered the light from my phone as I was trying to turn it off, and tiptoed around a big tree to hide. When the sounds got closer, it became obvious that they were footsteps, just as I feared. In the back of my mind, I knew the odds of running into clowns in the woods was next to none. I just also
Sure about
wanted
that?
to avoid contact with anyone in the woods at this hour. It soon became apparent that there were 2 people walking by. I tried to remain as quiet as possible, hoping
Yeah, that's gonna be clowns. Let's not be about the bush. We all know it's gonna be clowns.
they didn't see the light. These 2 people weren't
You best hope they
talking
don't
at
head
all,
towards
though.
the light
I could
of
only
your
hear
phone.
their shoes hitting the leaves on the trail. That is, hitting the leaves up until around where I was standing. Then they stopped. I got that painful feeling in my heart and stomach area that you get whenever something shocking or scary happens. I daringly stuck my head around the tree, and I could
No.
see 2 people standing there in the darkness, and I immediately recognized their bizarre attire. These were 2 clowns. It didn't feel real. I even imagined this exact scenario playing out in these woods, and here it was happening now.
Oh god.
I knew they would have seen
You
me
should have asked your
and
friend
wanted
if you
to
could
stop.
sleep both at his place.
They knew I was hiding somewhere. The question was, what were they going to do to me? It was the most tense moment of my life. However, it only lasted maybe 20 seconds. Then I heard the 2 clowns continue walking down the trail. When they were far enough away, I hopped up and ran for the other side of the woods, not caring how much noise I made. My house was across the street from the woods, so as soon as I made
Oh,
it
God.
across, I was basically home. My mom was already asleep by then, so I went around back and unlocked the back door with our secret key. I made a point of locking the door right away and shutting
Smart
the blinds.
move.
I walked over to the living room, about to shut those blinds, when I noticed the clowns across the street, standing by the edge of the woods, facing my
Oh
house.
god, you're...
I couldn't tell if they were
Nope.
actually...
Nope. I don't. I would not freaking mess with those clowns. I won't fucking mess with them. No. No. This. Fuck no. I'll either one hightail. You know, I would say hightail at home, but I'm already at home, so. You know, I just phone the police. Wake your mum up. Tell her what's going on, and phone the police. That's what you should be doing right now.
staring at me or not, but they were just still like statues, and I'm sure they were trying to scare me. I woke my mom, and she went to go check it out. But just like in any horror movie, the clowns were
Oh
gone,
god, no.
meaning I was the only one who actually saw them. I tried to go to sleep, and given that I was still buzzed, kind of helped ease me into a sleepy state. In my bed, after facing the wall for a while, I got uncomfortable, so I flipped over to the other side, where I had a view of my whole room. Even though I was tired, I had trouble keeping my eyes closed, simply because I couldn't stop thinking about those clowns.
Gee, I wonder
As if they
why.
were out there right now. The curiosity was killing me to the point where I wanted to get up and look out my window. The sound of the thud on the window was like the sound of death to my
That's not
ears.
good.
I
That
knew what
ain't
it
good.
was, and I didn't move. I closed my eyes and pretended to be asleep. I ignored it. Still not moving an inch. The thuds were getting more intense, and I feared they would break open the window. I finally took a look at the window, and under the blinds, the section that wasn't blocked, I saw a clown with his head to the side, looking at me laying in my bed.
Oh boy.
That was all it took for me to break down screaming, running to my mom's room and crying to her that there was a clown outside my window like a baby. She took me very seriously and took the pepper spray she had under the bed, marched over to my bedroom window, and once again, the clown was gone. My mom believed me, of course. She is my mom, after all. She didn't give me some cliched horror movie bullshit like I'm just seeing things or I had too much to drink. No, she really believed me. In fact, she called the cops the next day and reported that there were clowns in the area harassing us. But that wasn't the end of it. Last night I once again saw a clown standing across the street by the woods again, staring at my house. I still feel sick and paranoid about all of this. However, I'm planning on getting a picture or video of it the next time it happens to prove this is all true.
Yeah, maybe you should do that. Well, on that note, I think it's safe to say Mr. Nightmare does a damn good job at making these creepy stories sound more creepy. Yeah, there's only like 3 or 4 YouTubers who I know that do a good job at these creepy story videos, and Mr. Nightmare is one of them. He is literally like still in the #1 spot. And if I was gonna do a countdown video of like my 3 or 4, maybe 5 favorite YouTubers who do these sort of story type videos, Mr. Nightmare will definitely be in one of. It's definitely gonna be one of them. Uh, anyway, the link to this original video is gonna be in the description box down below. So you'll be able to watch this video on Mr. Nightmare's channel. Please go subscribe to Mr. Nightmare because he's got a lot of these spooky ass videos and he does a damn good job of them, as you lot probably might be aware of by now. And yeah, honest to God, I think if Mr. Nightmare were to have his own TV show, he'd probably be a really good host. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't know what anyone else thinks. But yeah. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe, switch on notifications, leave a comment and whatnot. And until next time, goodbye for now. And please be safe, okay? Just if you get to creepy shit like this, just please be careful, okay? Just try not to do anything stupid, okay?